Guys, all right, stop this time. You don't want to please
All right. All right, this is here. Thank you, everyone. Please be seated. Okay, good afternoon to you all. My name is Commissioner Hughes. This is the 2 p.m. initial appearance calendar for Tuesday, September 9th. The court's orders for the taking of DNA samples and fingerprints issued on the first calendar of September will apply to the hearings on this calendar. All right, as we get started on this calendar here, I'm going to call you each into the courtroom one at a time. When I call you into the courtroom, I'll ask you to stand behind this gray podium here in front of me. How come it's so dark in here? Is this normal? Doesn't it seem dark? It does. Okay. Sorry, I got sidetracked by the lighting. Once you're in the courtroom, I will start by asking you to state your full name and date of birth. Then I will explain to you why you're here. You all have the right to the assistance of counsel in a criminal case. When you're in the courtroom, I will tell you whether you qualify for a court-appointed lawyer. Those lawyers are sometimes called public defenders. Whether or not you are entitled to a public defender, you always have the right to hire a private lawyer if you want to defend you. When you're in here, I will also give you your next court hearing dates and times. Those are the next hearings that you'll be required to attend in this case that you're here on this afternoon. The last thing that we'll do while you're in the courtroom is talk about whether you're legally eligible for release from custody under Arizona law. If you are, we will talk about on what conditions you could be released. In addition to that right to the assistance of counsel, you all also have the right to remain silent in a criminal case. Anything that you do choose to say here in the courtroom this afternoon will be preserved on the recording. It could be used against you at any point down the line. There will not be a lawyer here in the courtroom this afternoon for your defense. I want you to know that because I want to encourage you not to make any statements regarding the facts that brought you here because you won't have a lawyer in here, but anything you say could be used against you. So if you are inclined to make any statements, have questions, want to say any comments about the circumstances that brought you here, I might politely stop you and remind you you don't have a lawyer in here. It's not that I'm not interested in that information, it's that I don't want you to make any material admissions that could be used against you later down the line. So save any of that substance for a hearing where you have a lawyer present to discuss that information with, and then your lawyer will tell you what you should or should not share with the court. Last thing I'll tell you all before we get started is that all of the information you get while you're in the courtroom will be given to you in a written document called a release order. The officers here in the courtroom will hand you that as soon as you're done in here and you step back into the room that you're in right now. So please don't feel like you need to memorize all of the information we go through while you're in the courtroom. Feel free to ask any questions about it you have, but you will have it all in writing, so just make sure you keep that paperwork with you wherever you go from here. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Can I have first, please, Jack Chapman into the courtroom, Miklo Barrera. If there's a chair right inside this door, if you would work your way to it, please. This podium right here, sir.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
All right, can I have your name and date of birth, please?
Jack Leroy Chapman, 7/25/72.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chapman. Okay, I have you here this afternoon on a probation violation warrant issued by the Yavapai County Superior Court. If you already have a lawyer assigned to represent you in that Yavapai County case, that lawyer will likely stay on and defend you. In any event, I am determining that you're entitled to a court-appointed lawyer, so if you don't have one, at your next court hearing in Yavapai County, the Yavapai County judge will appoint a lawyer for you. That next hearing is going to be an arraignment hearing, September 12th. It will be at 8:30 in the morning. It will take place in the Yavapai County Superior Court. According to that warrant, the Yavapai County judge has indicated that you are not eligible for release on bond. That means you will stay in custody without bail at least until you see the Yavapai County judge on September 12th. Do you understand that information? Okay, thank you, Mr. Chapman. You can step back to your left and get all of that in your paperwork. Miklo Barreras, if you would work your way into the courtroom, please. Myron Bahi, if I'm pronouncing it correctly, if you would work your way to that chair inside the door. Can I have your name and date of birth, please, sir?
Miklo Barreras, September 12th, 2005.
Not 2006?
No, ma'am. They put it on there and they said for you to fix it. I don't know why they said that. It was the cop yesterday.
The cop told me to fix it?
Yeah, he just said to tell the lawyer for you to fix it. Mr. Rowland.
Okay, I'm not your lawyer. So can we fix it, or does his lawyer have to do it? Okay, we'll change it. So we'll reflect your date of birth as 9/12/2005.
Okay.
When you get to your next court hearing and you have a lawyer, make sure you let your lawyer know that there was a discrepancy with your date of birth. I don't know that it will matter going forward, but since we're changing it here, I just want you to notify your lawyer that you were originally booked with the wrong date of birth.
Yeah, I got you.
Okay, you're here on allegations of new charges. The allegations against you are 1 count of attempted burglary, that's a Class 5 felony, 1 count of carrying a weapon during the commission of a felony offense, that's a Class 6 felony, and 1 count of criminal trespassing, a Class 1 misdemeanor. I did find probable cause to support those allegations, and I have appointed a lawyer to defend you. That lawyer will be present at your next court hearing.
Thank you.
Your first next hearing will be a status conference September 15th, and then you will have a preliminary hearing September 18th. So 15, 18, they'll both be at 8:30 in the morning, both in the Superior Court downtown.
Okay, yes, ma'am.
On these allegations, based in part on a written recommendation that I received from the Maricopa County Attorney's Office, you will have a $7,500 secured appearance bond. Secured appearance means that you can use a bonding company to post that bond. If you are interested in going through a bonding company, when you get back into the jail facility, you can find a list of bonding companies and their phone numbers. You can use any phone back there to call 1, 2, or all of them if you want to see what their requirements might be.
Mm-hmm.
If you post that bond and you're released from custody, in addition to getting yourself to those hearings on the 15th and 18th, you will also be required not to return to the scene where the underlying alleged events took place. You cannot have contact with any alleged victims or co-defendants. You also could not possess any weapons or any drugs without a valid prescription if you were released from custody.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand all those conditions?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Barreras. You can step back to your left and get your paperwork.
Mm-hmm.
Myron Bahi, if you would work your way into the courtroom, please. Ulysses Sanchez, if you would work your way to that chair inside the door. Can I have your name and date of birth, please, sir?
Myron Bahi, 5/18/83.
Thank you, Mr. Bahi. You are here on allegations of new charges. The allegations against you are 1 count of aggravated driving under the influence. That one's a Class 4 felony, and 1 count of driving under the influence while being, or I guess I should just say driving, while being impaired to the slightest degree. That one's a Class 1 misdemeanor. I did find probable cause to support those allegations, and I have appointed a public defender to represent you. Your next court hearings will be a status conference September 15th and then a preliminary hearing on the 18th. Both of them will be at 8:30 in the morning in the Superior Court downtown. On these allegations, you have a $2,500 secured appearance bond. If you post that bond and you are released from custody, you cannot possess or consume any alcohol or drugs without a valid prescription. If you're released, you also could not operate a motor vehicle so long as you don't have a valid driver's license. Do you understand those conditions?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Bahi. You can step back and get your paperwork. Ulysses Sanchez, if you would please work your way into the courtroom. Jack Vargas, if I could ask you to please work your way to the chair inside the door. Can I have your name and date of birth, please?
Ulysses Sanchez, 11/23/01.
Thank you, Mr. Sanchez. You are here on allegations of new charges. The allegations against you are 2 counts of assault, both Class 1 misdemeanors. I did find probable cause to support those allegations. I also determined that you are entitled to a court-appointed lawyer. That lawyer is going to be appointed for you by the next judge you see at your next court hearing. That hearing is going to be an arraignment hearing September 12th. It will be at 8:30 in the morning. It'll take place in the Santan Justice Court. On these 2 misdemeanor allegations, you have a $1,500 secured appearance bond. If you post that and you're released from custody, you cannot return to the scene where the underlying alleged events took place, and you cannot have contact with any alleged victims or witnesses. If those orders mean that I'm ordering you not to return to your primary residence, upon release, you would be required to find an alternate residence. you would be entitled to one civil standby, which means law enforcement could escort you back to that location one time only if you needed to go back there to retrieve clothing, toiletries, items you might need for schoolwork. Keep in mind, if you need that civil standby, you only get one. So if you go back to that location with an officer that one time, please retrieve anything you have there that you might need between whenever you get out and the 12th, which is your first hearing date. Also, if you are released from custody, you cannot possess any weapons or drugs without a valid prescription once you're out of custody. And whether or not you are released from custody, you are ordered to strictly comply with the terms of any orders of protection, if any have been or are later served upon you. Do you understand all of those conditions?
Yeah. So I wouldn't be let go until I pay my $1,500.
Yeah, so you have a $1,500 bond. So you could have somebody go to the 4th Avenue Bonds and Fines office and post that for you. You could use money on your jail books if you have any to self-bond out, or you could go through a bonding company. If you get that bond posted in one of those 3 ways, you would be eligible for release from custody. Then you would be required to comply with all those conditions that we talked about. If you don't post that bond, you'll stay in custody at least until your first hearing on September 12th.
3 days from now?
3 days from now, yep. Any other questions?
I would come back because I want to get taken care of this. So
You would not come back here.
No, like Santan Justice Court to take care of that.
It's down in Chandler. Yeah, so if you
Chandler,
get
right?
your bond posted, then you'll take yourself to court September 12th at 8:30. You'll have that date, time, phone number, and address to that court in your paperwork.
I can't just go off my word of promise?
To go to court, you mean, instead of a bond?
Yeah.
No, you will have to post that bond in order to be eligible for release, not because I don't think you're going to get to court. It's because I think that based on the nature of the underlying allegations, you pose a risk of harm to those victims. So the purpose of your bond is to secure victim safety. Any other questions?
No.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Sanchez. You can sit back and get your paperwork.
I do got one question. The bail bondsmen, they do 10%, right?
Probably. So my general understanding is that most bonding companies require a minimum of 10% down. In some cases, they might require up to 20% down. So I don't know what a bonding company would require in your specific circumstances. So if you want to try to go through a bonding company, find one of those lists back in the jail and call them and see what they would require for you personally.
All right.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Jack Vargas, if you would please work your way into the courtroom. Daniel Marriott, if you would work your way to the chair, please. Can I have your name and date of birth?
Jack Vargas, 9/1/1972.
Thank you, Mr. Vargas. You are here on a warrant issued by the Verde Valley Justice Court. The underlying allegation in that case is a misdemeanor disorderly conduct allegation. You are entitled to a lawyer at a minimum for purposes of release conditions on this misdemeanor warrant. That lawyer will be appointed for you by the Verde Valley judge at your next hearing. Mm-hmm. Your next hearing on this warrant will be an arraignment hearing September 12th. It will be at 8:30 in the Verde Valley Justice Court. On that warrant, you have a $100 secured appearance bond. If you post that bond, please remember that you will be responsible for getting yourself to the Verde Valley Court September 12th at 8:30. If you post that bond and you don't go to that hearing, that court's going to issue a new warrant for your arrest. So if you post that, get yourself to court. If you're out of custody in the meantime, you cannot possess any drugs without a valid prescription. Do you understand that information?
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Vargas. You can step back.
Thank you.
Daniel Marriott, if you'd work your way into the courtroom. Jeffrey Irvine, if you would please take a seat in the chair. Can I have your name and date of birth, please?
Daniel Joseph Marriott, 6/14/1992.
Thank you, Mr. Marriott. You are here on a warrant issued by the Surprise Municipal Court. It looks like the underlying allegation on that warrant is a misdemeanor driving on a suspended license allegation. Let's talk a little bit about this. It looks like, based on my records, you were served a copy of this warrant while you were in custody on something else. Are you, and you are not under any obligation to answer this question if you don't want to, are you otherwise eligible for release on the other case that whatever else you're being held on?
Yeah.
Okay, so they found this warrant in the process of releasing you?
Yep.
All right.
I actually, Your Honor, I was literally in the tank getting transported to Pinal right now.
and they pulled me out. I was done with
Oh.
Maricopa. They pulled me out and they said, hold, so they backed up so I'm done with Maricopa, and then now
Okay.
I'm about to be done with Maricopa again. I
Well,
mean, I get, yeah.
Arguably,
Yeah.
I mean, you still have, so it sounds like Maricopa doesn't want to release you to Pinal yet because you still have at least one Maricopa
Well,
case.
they were releasing me to Pinal. I was on the way out, and they were like, oh, a page 2 just popped up, so can you just go to court while you're here? And then Pinal's like, well, we would like to wait for him, but we'll be back tomorrow most likely, if not. So, yeah. And I was incarcerated when I got,
Yeah.
when I got something in the mail, I was incarcerated, so I couldn't go to court. I was incarcerated. I've been locked up since June 8th.
So I guess what I'm trying to figure out is I'm not opposed to releasing you on that warrant, but if what that means is Pinal's going to come and take you to Pinal County, they're not going to bring you back up for your next hearing. You're going to miss that, and you're going to pick up a new warrant.
No, I mean, Pinal's going to be pretty quick. I have a paid attorney over there. They've been trying to get me over there for the transfer order for the past month and a half, now that I've squared up with court on the 4th of September.
So are you telling me that you think
I'm gonna
once
go
you
over
get
there
to the Pinal County judge, you're going to be out of custody?
Before October 14th, I have an agreement kind of like to be done before then, and that's not even a month. Well, but your next
court date on this warrant will be before October 14th.
Yeah.
So if you're still going to be in custody on the date of your next hearing, if I don't put a small bond on this, no one, MCSO or...
Yeah, I mean, you can release me so I can get over to Pinal, and I'll pay the bond over there if it pops back up. Make sense?
Well, no, because I can either put a bond or I can release you.
Okay.
But if I release you, you're going to miss your next court date.
Okay, when is the court date?
It's going to be September 16th.
16th? Okay, because I have court like the 14th over there.
In Pinal?
Yeah, and that's when I'm clearing up. I should be done by the 14th. Yeah.
Well, see, the other so officer, correct me if I'm wrong about this. If I put a bond on him, Maricopa's not releasing him to Pinal, right? He's going to stay here until he's done.
Yeah, see, so it's kind of holding me up. I'm trying to go over there to get done what I've got going on over there, and then I'm coming back here to clear up what I got over here. I bonded out over here, $800. So that I can go over there and take care of Pinal, and then...
Here's the predicament. If I don't put a bond on this case, you're going to end up, you're likely going to end up with a warrant from surprise because you're not going to make your next court date. If I put a bond on it, you're not going to go to Pinal County. You're going to stay here until...
That's what I'm saying. So I would, if you could not put a bond on, I will be back for it. You won't be. If I don't put a bond on...
The 14th,
I'll be back.
Of October.
No. The 14th of this month, I have court over there in Pinal.
You said October 14th.
No. That's for over here. I have court October 14th for over here. I'm going over there to clear up what I got over here. And I have the 14th of this month.
When is your hearing date in Pinal?
In Pinal, 14th of this month.
Okay.
And then the 14th of next month is here.
Oh.
Yeah, because I'm out on bond right now. I paid $800 on the 28th of bond. Been waiting on Pinal to come get me. To go over there and take care of what I got to go over there and take care of, and then I'm coming back over here.
I'm not sure that I'm 100% following you, but that's fine. As long as you understand what's going on.
That it's going to pop up a warrant and then it's going to put a hold on me and it's going to mess it, and I'm going to be in the same position. I understand.
It may. So I'll release you on this warrant. It's going to change two things. One, that's going to mean you're not going to get a court-appointed lawyer because you were only getting a lawyer for the bond.
Yeah.
So you're not going to get a lawyer on this new case. It'll make your court hearing date October 7th. So maybe you're back before then.
Yes.
And you can make this court hearing. So if that's the case, if Pinal comes and gets you, you clear what you've got going on with Pinal, make sure you can if you're out of custody, get yourself back to the surprise court October 7th at 1:30.
I have an agreement to be back in your guys' court by the 14th, well before October. So like the end of this month, I will most definitely be back to clear up what I got to clear up with you guys.
Okay.
Because I'm out on bond.
But you're out on bond in Maricopa County.
Yes.
But do you know what's going to happen in Pinal County?
Just a reinstatement.
They're not going to take you into custody?
It'll be a reinstatement by the 18th or the 14th, maybe the 18th. I'll be out like before then.
Okay.
Yeah.
So here's the deal. Go to the surprise court on October 7th at 1:30.
Okay.
You could try to go earlier if you're back up here earlier, but that's your next court date. Just know if things don't work out the way that you want them to work out, if you find yourself in custody on October 7th and you don't make that hearing,
Reach out
know that
before
they're
then.
going to issue a warrant for you. Also, just know that MCSO is not tracking this court date. They only track court dates when there's a bond on them. So regardless of your circumstances, if you remain in custody between now and October 7th, MCSO is not taking you to that court hearing.
It's the same reason why, that's why the warrant popped up, because they weren't tracking it, because I was out on own recognizance in the first place.
So it sounds like you kind of have a good understanding of what's going on. So keep your paperwork. You'll have your next court date, time, address will be in there.
October 7th, 1:30.
October 7th, 1:30. Keep track of that. And if you can't make it, you can always try to reach out to them beforehand.
I could reach out and put a quash form before it happens.
Well, I would say on the 3rd, 4th, if you're like, I'm still going to be in custody on the 7th, call and try and resolve that before October 7th so they never issue a warrant for your arrest. But if you miss it and no arrangements were made, no coming out, you probably have a warrant.
Another $50, it'll pop right back up, the same thing, huh? Most likely.
I don't know. I don't know if I were that judge, I would up the bond, assuming I didn't know that you were in custody, because I would think that you were just not coming to court.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure on the first court date I'll get time served, because I've been...
Well, you're not going to get credit for time served on this case because there's no bond on it.
Yeah.
So if you need credit on this case, you're not going to get
it's fine.
Okay.
It's fine.
All right.
I'm just saying, due to, because I had already spent a couple nights in jail during that, when that happened. So for misdemeanor, I'm pretty sure
it's a misdemeanor, I think, driving on suspended license case. And it looks like it might be, it's pre-adjudication.
Yeah.
All right, we'll get your paperwork printed, go to court on the 7th, call them if you don't think you're going to be able to do that. If you miss it, call them so that they can deal with the warrant before you get arrested on it.
Yeah, and do you think Pinal County will I stay here at Watkins and wait for Pinal County to come back for tomorrow? Because they do it a couple times a week?
That's a question for MCSO.
Or am I going to go back to the house?
I have no idea.
I bonded out on the 28th and I'm sitting here stuck, and I keep getting answers of, you got 10 days, you got 72 hours. They got 72 hours to come get you. They got 10 days, they got 30 days, they got 90 days.
Yeah, those are agreements that they made. I don't know.
Yeah, because I put in a grievance. I have not, I just not got the...
There's probably some interagency transfer agreement that governs that, and I don't know what that is.
Okay. All right, thank you. So you did ORR me on it?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Go ahead and sit back and get your paperwork. Okay, Jeffrey Irvine, and then Brian Meyer, if you would work your way to the chair.
Good afternoon.
Or just stay there, that's fine. Good afternoon. Can I have your name and date of birth, please?
Jeffrey Irvine, 6/16/81.
Thank you very much. It's pronounced Irvine, not Irvin?
Correct, yeah.
Irvine, okay. All right, Mr. Irvine, you are here on an arrest warrant that was issued after a direct complaint was filed. A direct complaint is a written document that alleges new allegations against you. The allegations in that direct complaint are 1 count of narcotic drug possession, that's a class 4 felony, and 1 count of drug paraphernalia possession, which is a class 6 felony. Those offenses, according to that direct complaint, are alleged to have been committed May 15th of 2023. I appointed a lawyer to defend you in this case. Your next court hearings will be a status conference September 24th and then a preliminary hearing September 26th. Both of them will be at 8:30, both in the Superior Court downtown. So don't come back here, go downtown for those 2 court hearings. I do intend to release you on your own recognizance, so you would get released from custody. You would not be required to post a bond. Once you are out of custody, you would, like I said, be responsible for getting yourself downtown on the 24th and the 26th. And then once out of custody, you would also be ordered not to possess any drugs without a valid prescription. Do you understand those conditions, Mr. Irvine, and do you agree that you'll abide by them if released without a bond?
Yes, ma'am. I've been clean for about 8 months now.
Outstanding. I'm happy to hear that.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Well, hopefully this is the last thing from your prior life. You can get this taken care of and start fresh.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Irvine. You can
Take
step
care.
back and get your paperwork. Mr. Meyer, if you would please work your way into the courtroom. Behind this gray podium, if you would, please, sir. Can you tell me your name and date of birth?
Brian Timothy Meyer, 2/15/86.
Thank you, Mr. Meyer. I have you on 2 different matters here this afternoon. The first one is allegations of new charges. Those allegations are 1 count of dangerous drug possession, which is a class 4 felony, and 1 count of drug paraphernalia possession, a class 6 felony. The second matter that you're here on is an allegation that those new drug charges violated term 1 of your probation. I did not find probable cause to support the new drug allegations, which means I did not find probable cause to support a term 1 probation violation. My finding of no probable cause on these matters does not mean that they are legally dismissed. It is possible that the county attorney's office will file charges on one or both of these cases, but what my finding of no probable cause does mean is that you will get out of custody here today without any release restrictions other than one, and that one release restriction is that you attend next court hearings. So in the probation case, you will have to attend a revocation arraignment hearing September 16th, and then in the new case, you will have to attend a status conference September 24th and a preliminary hearing the 26th. So September 16th, September 16th, the 24th, and the 26th. 16, 24, 26, all at 8:30 downtown. But leaving this court here today, you will get out of custody. At your next court hearings, there will be a lawyer present in both of these cases to represent you. Do you understand that you have to get yourself to 3 next court hearings?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Meyer. You can step back and get your
I'm
paperwork.
good then, I'm not sorry?
You're going to get released on these charges unless you're being held on something else.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am.
All right, thank you, sir. Okay, that concludes the 2 p.m. initial appearance calendar. This court will stand in recess until 5 p.m.
Are you sure? Praying the right way, okay? No sure.
Hello.
How you doing?
Good and you?
Long time no see.
Long time no see.
I thought you got promoted to what happened or something, I don't know, like
Like,
supervisor or something?
me in charge of people? Absolutely not.
Why not? I mean, your attitude will make people more like, want to work more hard, like, come to work, you know?
I don't know. I don't like people pleasers.
How you been?
Good?
I'm good.
Yes, sir. And then the county attorney is present, and there's an attorney, a private counsel hearing member done. Yes, I believe so. Yes, Patrick McGann. Okay. Bye.
No,
He's just on his way shortly.
Thank you. Yeah. Is that, happy age of the, good, they could have right on for the job.
All right. Very good, please be seated, everybody. So, any interpreter matters?
No.
Great. And I made a change by the attorney.
Okay.
Where's Mr. Gann?
I believe he's appearing virtually.
Oh, he is?
Not
Okay.
logged on.
Oh, okay. And I won't call it first then. All right. Good afternoon, everybody. This is the 5 o'clock calendar. It's September 9th, 2025. The court orders for the taking of fingerprints and DNA that were given on the first calendar of this month will apply to all calendars in this month. When I call you, you stand beyond the podium, give me your name and your date of birth. I will not say out loud all your release conditions. They will be on your paperwork. At a minimum, they will say not to drive without a valid driver's license and no drugs without a valid prescription. If I do set Secured appearance bond for you can go through a bondsman, which means you probably wouldn't have to put up the full amount. On certain walls of the jail, they have lists and numbers of bonding companies. It's my understanding they do collect calls. If you can't find it or you need assistance, you could ask one of the officers for assistance. All right. I'll start with Gabrielle Villarreal. All right, so your name and date of birth, please.
Gabriel James Villarreal, 41086.
Okay, sir, you are charged with the following: 1 count of aggravated harassment, class 6 felony, 3 counts of interference with judicial proceedings, and 3 counts of harassment. This last 6 counts are class 1 misdemeanors. I am appointing an attorney for you. Your court dates will be at 175 West Mass Street. Have a status conference on September 15th at 8:30, and a witness preliminary hearing at this time is scheduled for September 18th. Conditions are you're not to return to the scene of alleged crime or initiate contact with the alleged victim. All right. I also find that you are out on release for another felony charge in 2024. 128282, and you were released an initial appearance on June 17th, 2024, or June 13th. I'm not sure which, but it was in June of 2024. I do find probable cause to believe you committed the aggravated harassment charge. So there'll be an evidentiary hearing on September 16th at 1:30 p.m. to decide whether bond can be set. But based on Rule 7.2b, at this time, you'll be held without bond. Step to your left, please.
Yes, sir.
And your attorney will explain to you what that's all about. What? The scan from what? All right, that's number 7, right? Okay.
Yes.
Jason Gord.
Good afternoon, Judge. Patrick Gann appearing with
Yeah.
Mr. Gord.
Yeah, I was going to call his name. I'm calling it early because you're on the line, Mr. Gann.
Yes,
Thank you,
Judge.
Okay, give me 1 second. Okay. Sir, your name and your date of birth, please.
My name is Jason Gord, date of birth 9/20/1972.
And Mr. Gann has filed a notice of appearance, so he'll be appearing for your attorney. So at this point, let me explain something to you. He'll be your voice today, okay? So unless I specifically require a response for you, he'll do your talking for you, okay? And Mr. Gann, I'm going to go through the preliminaries first, okay, in regard to certain things. So you were charged with, in the Santan Justice Court, this will be in your paperwork, 2 counts of disorderly conduct, class 1 misdemeanor, 1 count of assault, a class 3 misdemeanor. And you are represented by counsel. I've entered Mr. Gann's name as representing you. Let me just, yeah, we have it. Mr. Gann, have you had an opportunity to see the Form 4?
Yes, Judge. Your clerk emailed it to me. Thank you very much.
Excellent.
I'd like to enter not guilty on behalf of my client.
Yeah. No, the reason I want to bring that up because right now they're in the Justice Court. It seems to me there is always a possibility that the prosecutors might charge it as a felony under class 5. You know what I'm talking about?
I do, Judge. Yeah, I do.
Yeah, go ahead.
I doubt that's going to occur, but I do understand. Yes.
Yeah, it's always that possibility. Sir, I'm not expecting a response from you. That's why I'm talking with Mr. Gann, but I'm also mentioning out loud, you know, that there's that possibility in regard to it, okay? But he'll talk to you about that, okay? So you're not to return to the scene of the crime, not to initiate contact with alleged victim. I'll allow you to return one time to the scene of the alleged crime with a police officer on civil standby to pick up your personal effects. All right.
Judge,
Mr. Gannon? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry to interrupt you, Judge. Judge, this is my client's home where this happened. The alleged victim,
Right.
I believe, may have resided in a casita, but it's my client's home.
Okay, let me, I was about to talk to you
Okay.
about it in something in a second. Let me go back, actually, there was double check what we have here. What happened, they redacted with a lot of black things, so, marks, so I can't see certain things, but, let me just see here. Because you brought up a point here in regard to that, so it might impact everything. South Ellsworth Road. Okay. Just want to double check one more thing, and then I'll get back to you. I know it's a little more difficult since you're appearing by phone as opposed to being in person, but let's see what we can do here. They changed the Form 4, and so as a result, something which would be really helpful is no longer in there anymore. And I know, Mr. Gann, you're familiar with how they've made some changes here. In regard to the pretrial services report, when they were interviewing him, they listed he's been at the address on Pecan Lane for 4 years, okay? And the person who lived with this address is Alexis.
Correct, Judge. That's his wife.
I know.
She's not the victim of this case. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Yeah. Let me go back to the Form 4. That answers that question. Okay. You're right. Oh, that's the victim is his father. That's right. Correct?
No, my understanding from reading it is that the alleged victim is my client's son, who has.
I was looking at the other. Okay.
Yeah.
I was looking at it from the other perspective. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, that changes things. So I'm going to have to amend this in regard to that. Thank you for providing the information. Okay. So you're not to consume any alcohol, by the way, and I'm eliminating the part where it says you must, I'm not requiring the thing about a civil standby, okay? And Mr. Gann will explain that to you also. Just you're not to initiate contact with your son at this point, okay? Mr. Gann, I certainly want to give you the opportunity to discuss the release conditions. I do have concerns because, as you know, actions against a person's throat, strangulation types of things are looked on very seriously in regard to it. So this is your time to speak, all right? Thank you.
Judge, Mr. Gord has been a resident of Maricopa County for decades. He is a property owner. He is a businessman. He works for a car dealership as the general manager.
Right.
He is a well-respected member of the community. It's my belief that these allegations are overblown and completely untrue. I have been acquainted personally with Mr. Gord for actually a couple decades myself. And so based upon all of the information, Judge, I don't believe he poses a risk to anyone, certainly not any member of his family. And therefore, I am going to ask that you release him on his own recognizance. He most certainly will make all of his court appearances. Thank you.
Okay. I appreciate that. Obviously, just he's actually been a resident of Arizona for 40 years, according to pretrial services. So it's
right.
Decades is 40. So that's a very positive thing. I was aware of his employment. It was a big factor here. Give me one more second here. I'm trying to be very careful. I'm accepting your arguments in regard to this. Now, who's Gabriel?
Judge, I'm sorry, I don't know the names, so I can't answer that.
Okay, Gabriel Contreras.
I don't know who Gabriel Contreras is, Judge.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I can't answer that for you. I'm sorry.
I'm not, okay, no problem. And sir, by the way, I generally recommend to people at this stage, because everything's being recorded, not to talk about the facts of the case. Okay, so and I'm sure Mr. Gann would tell you the same thing, okay?
I can't ask this, Judge. I'm sorry. Jason, what's the son's name? The first name only?
Carter, right? Carter. I know that's Carter.
My belief, Judge, is that Gabriel is not a resident of the home.
And no, that wasn't why I was asking that, by the way.
I think based on the Form 4, I understand who that is, and that person's not a resident.
Yeah, I actually assumed that, by the way.
Okay.
You know, Mr. Gann, I know you've been in my shoes also, the type of thing, and in regard to this, obviously, bond conditions are based on several factors, including whether they'll show up for court. Obviously, is the alleged threat to any possible victim. I'm going to reduce the bond I had originally planned, sir. It is going to be $1,000. Security appearance bond. You can go to a bondsman, and Mr. Gann can talk to you about that. But much lower than I was originally going to do, because Mr. Gann has assisted you and given me mentioned certain things to me, but I am still concerned about the allegations. And also, if it ends up being a felony, that's a different story. But Mr. Gann, I think you may be right in terms of something will happen, but that'll be up to the county attorney's office since it's going to justice court. All right, step to anything else, Mr. Gann?
No, Judge, thank you very much.
Right.
His wife will be down and post the bond shortly. Thank you.
I agree with that. Okay, take care. Step to
Bye-bye.
And so, sir, I didn't mention something. Your court date is on September 12th at 8:30 in the Santan Justice Court. Okay? I'm glad I should have mentioned that before. Okay, very good.
So I'm sorry, Judge, so it's this Friday at 8:30?
Is that the 12th? Yeah, I guess so, yeah. At 8:30 in Santan. And by the way, the address will be on your paperwork, okay?
Yep, we'll make sure he's there, Judge. Thank you.
All right, take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Sergio Rios. All right, so your name and date of birth, please.
Sergio Rios, June 27, 1994.
Okay. Sir, let me explain. Here on the probation violation matters, two of them. Okay, it's a warrantless arrest. Apparently, you were arrested at probation today. I'm appointing a lawyer for you on both. Now, the release conditions will be the same. If somehow you were able to be released, you'd have to contact your probation officer within 72 hours. You're not to initiate contact with the alleged victim at all. Mm-hmm. You're not to possess any weapons. You're not to consume any alcohol or possess it, and you can't possess any drugs without a valid prescription. Your court date will be at 201 West Jefferson for probation revocation arraignment hearing on September 16th at 8:30. Pursuant to Rules 7.2C and 27.6, I'm having you held without bond at this time. You speak to your attorney to see if that can be changed, because they think there's a substantial likelihood you could be sent to the Department of Corrections on one or both of these matters. So step to your left, please.
Okay.
But it'd be September 16th at 8:30. Okay. Joseph Ortiz. He's not a house call, is he? Oh. Because he was in isolation at the time, but they put him in. Okay.
Yeah, it was just for the profile.
Okay. All right, so your name and date of birth, please.
Joseph Ortiz, 12/17/1987.
All right, sir, couple questions that you want. Oh, I'm sorry. That's right, this is number 19. The state is appearing, sorry.
Thank you, Your Honor. Don Sauer on behalf of the state.
Okay, thank you. And I just didn't associate, I knew you were appearing on 19, I'm sorry. Because you were not interviewed at the time because of allegedly your uncooperative behavior, et cetera. We didn't have that question. Are you working?
Yes.
All right, about, what do you do for a living?
I work for Angel Cycling, baler operator.
And about how much do you make per month?
About 27.
2,700 a month? Is that a yes?
No, a month?
Yeah.
59,000.
59,000?
Oh, I'm sorry, I thought you said yearly.
Okay, let's do by week. How's that? Make it simple.
Week?
Yes.
Bi-weekly.
All right, how much bi-weekly?
About like close to 3 grand.
2 grand?
3.
3? I could edit this, by the way, so. Ms. Sir, I'll be with you in a few minutes to get your input in regard to this. Sir, I cannot appoint an attorney for you at this time. Now, this is what I want to talk to you about. Does not mean you're precluded from trying to get a court-appointed attorney. If you can hire your own attorney, you know what? I'm changing my mind in regard to that. No, just leave it at that. If you're able to hire your own attorney, go do so, okay? Oh, yeah.
I have an attorney.
Oh, you do?
Corey Townsend.
Oh, Mr. Townsend, I know. He has not filed a notice of appearance.
Yeah.
Okay, that's just like the other gentleman who appeared by phone. He filed what's called a notice of appearance.
Yeah, I just talked to him.
Okay.
Corey Townsend. Yeah.
Yeah. And Ms. Sauer, you can make note of that. It'll be probably Mr. Townsend who'll be representing him. Okay. So anyway, I was about to say to you, if you couldn't afford your own attorney, you could always apply to your assigned judge to see if he or she would appoint one for you, but no promises. Okay, but that's taken care of. As I told the other gentleman, and this is for everyone else, because you're not at the trial stage right now, and everything's being recorded. I always recommend to people not to talk about the facts of the case today. Okay. First of all. These are following charges, and then I've got to talk a little bit about it. You're charged with 1 count of aggravated assault on a first responder, 2 counts of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon or dangerous instrument, 1 count of kidnapping, 1 count of unlawful flight from a law enforcement vehicle, 1 count of endangerment, 1 count of threatening or intimidating, 1 count of criminal damage, 1 count of theft or control of property, and 1 count of obstructing a highway. First of all, Ms. Sauer, just deal with probable cause. I'm not sure about the obstructing the highway charge at all. I couldn't find anything in regard to that.
Your Honor, I did notice in the Form 4 that he did crash into another vehicle, and then when he was running across the highway, there were multiple vehicles traveling at high rates of speed. That's all I can see in the Form 4. I defer to the court's discretion.
Yeah, I'm going to find no probable cause on that. The other one is in regard to the first responder. Where does that come into play?
Your Honor, I believe that comes into play where the officer pursued the defendant across all of the lanes of the highway, and when the officer caught up to him, after putting the officer in substantial risk of injury from all of the traffic, the defendant yelled out, "I have a gun, I have a gun," and reached for his waistband simultaneously, putting the officer in fear for his life that he was going to be shot.
Okay, let me just look at the Form 4. Is that in the Form 4?
It was in the Form 4, Your Honor.
It was? It was
on
or was
page
not?
5. It was on page 5, about halfway down.
Okay, because I was going over these things across the street. Officer, I have a gun, and he reached in his waistband. Okay.
And it also says, Your
Okay,
Honor, that he took a stance.
I'll accept that, by the way.
Okay, thank you.
Let's see. Give me 1 second here. Now, just one other thing. Let me just double check one other thing, then I'll be ready for both parties. Okay, sir, I show you have one prior felony conviction. It was actually another one for unlawful flight or felony flight, and numerous 5 failures to appear, and numerous misdemeanor convictions also. But those looks, except one was endangerment. The other was a domestic violence charge back in 2018. Okay. So bear in mind when we talk about this to discuss just release conditions, not whether this merits a particular case or not, whether if you go to trial, whether you be found guilty or not guilty. I just want to point that out to you. Okay. State has a recommendation?
Yes, Your Honor. The state's position is that the defendant is an extreme danger to the victim in this case, to law enforcement, and also to the community at large based on his actions. First of all, he victimized the victim, his girlfriend, at the time. He showed up at her house, he kicked in the door, he threatened her with a knife, he tried to abduct her at knife point. He forced her to his truck. He tried to force her inside, and luckily she was able to avoid getting into the truck long enough that law enforcement showed up. He then endangered officers and the public by leading them on a 4-mile pursuit, which culminated in a crash with another vehicle on the freeway on-ramp to the Highway 60. Then he crashed into a wall. He didn't stop there. He then fled on foot. He fled across all of the lanes of both eastbound and westbound traffic on Highway 60. It was a busy time of day. There were multiple vehicles traveling at high speed. He put all of their lives in danger, as well as the officers who had to pursue him across the highway. Once the officer caught up with him, he yelled that he had a gun. He reached for his waistband. It was noticed by the officer, and also multiple victims observed this, and both the officer and the witnesses thought that he was about to shoot the officer. This led to an officer-involved shooting. In addition, the defendant's history shows that he's an extreme danger to the community and a flight risk. He has two prior convictions from an incident in 2018 involving unlawful flight. There were many similarities to this case. In his previous conviction, he fled for 1 hour from law enforcement. He had his girlfriend, a baby in the car. They were on the phone with the girlfriend was on the phone with 911 begging for him to let them out. He was charged with kidnapping in that case, which ultimately was dismissed as part of a plea deal. But he was convicted of unlawful flight. And also in that previous case, Your Honor, he was overheard making a comment, "They aren't going to take us alive," which it seems like those were his actions in this case as well. It seems he has a pattern. He's a danger to the public. He's a danger to anyone he's in a relationship, it seems, and definitely a danger to law enforcement. But for all those reasons, the state is requesting a very high cash bond of $250,000, and if posted, then electronic monitoring and house arrest.
Okay, thank you. By the way, just so I did make some amendments, okay. All right, sir, as I said, I know she was shaking her head no to a lot of things. That's why I said to you before, this is not the time for separate trial. I've taken my decision on a lot of different factors based on the allegations, because that's all I have at this point, okay? I do agree about the ankle monitor, but we'll deal with that in a second. If I haven't already mentioned it, your status conference will be at 175 West Madison Street on September 15th at 8:30. And at this point, it's a witness preliminary hearing on 9/18 at 8:30. If it doesn't go, Mr. Townsend, if he sure ends up being your attorney, will explain that to you, okay? Why it's not, and what other means might be used by the state. But so 915 and 918, both at 8:30 at 175 West Madison. You cannot return to the scene of the alleged crime. You're not to initiate contact with her, or the alleged victim, not to possess any weapons, not to possess any alcohol, and no drugs without a valid prescription. If you do post your bond, you'll have an ankle bracelet, electronic monitoring, and you'll only be able to leave your home during certain hours approved by pretrial services. I recognize the state's recommendation for $250,000. One of the factors is possible threat to the victim. The court is also concerned about that. I'm going to set a cash bond of $150,000. Step to your left, please. All right. Yeah.
When is the court?
What?
When is the court date?
No, I told you 9:15 and 9:18.
9:15?
Yeah, in 6 days you'll have your status conference. Yeah, it'll be in your paperwork also. Okay. Andrew Ledesma.
Your Honor, may I be excused?
Yes, you're not appearing on anything else, right?
I do not.
Then you certainly are. Thank you. Okay.
All right, thank you.
Okay. Sir, your name and date of birth, please.
Andrew Jacob Ledesma, 11/27/96.
Okay, sir, you have 3 matters before me. 2 are probation violations, all right? And 1 is a new case. Now, I'm appointing a lawyer for you. Maybe initially you might have 2 different lawyers because probation violations the first time will be in one building, 201 West Jefferson, and the new charge will be at 175 West Madison, both in Phoenix. But ultimately, they'll probably be combined into the courthouse at 175 West Madison, okay? So let's deal with your probation violations first. And I will tell you, for all 3, there's conditions that if you get out, contact your probation officer within 72 hours of release. No alcohol, no possession or control of it, possession or consuming it, no weapons and no drugs without a valid prescription. All right, now, give me 1 second here. For the probation violations, I know the numbers are for that are 2024 138522. You're on probation for possession of dangerous drugs, and on the other one, which is 2024 152788, you're on probation for taking, I think, contraband into a correctional facility. That you're on probation. You're alleged to have violated term number 1, not being a law-abiding citizen. Okay, so your court dates will be, you'll have your probation revocation arraignment hearing on September 16th at 8:30 at 201 West Jefferson. That's the 2 probation violations, all right? Now, on your new case, the bond on those, for the one that you're on probation for possession of dangerous drugs, bond is set in the amount of $200 secured appearance bond, and in regard to the one you're on probation for taking contraband in, that the bond is $250. Okay, that's $450 right there. Now, the new case, you're charged with burglary in the 3rd degree, class 4 felony, possession of narcotic drugs, class 4 felony, resisting arrest, a class 6 felony, obstructing government operations, a misdemeanor. I'm appointing a lawyer for you, as I mentioned. Now, let me just see. I said the probation violation is on 9/15 at 8:30, and the new case is also on 9/15 at 8:30, but at 175 West Madison Street. Most likely, they'll take you for the new charges first. So talk to your lawyer about there, so make sure they can deal with it, and so let the other court know so there's not a warrant on you for that, okay? Because unfortunately, I can't change it. They're both scheduled in different buildings at the same time. There's a good possibility they won't take you to both, okay? But I could be wrong on that, all right? But ultimately, your lawyer will say, let's put them both in this court, okay? And it's set for a witness preliminary hearing on September 18th at 8:30. And I told you about the release conditions. On this one, the bond is set an amount of secured appearance bond of $5,000, okay? If you post your bond, make sure you contact your probation officer within 72 hours, okay? Step to your left, please. Ramses Martinez. All right, so your name and date of birth, please.
Francis Melina Martinez, 41101.
Okay, give me 1 second. I just want to remind myself of something. Oh, that's right. You're in Douglas now. You were in Douglas, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And the state brought you here on what's called an order of superior attendance because you requested that they face the charges, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to refresh my recollection in regard to that. Well, you definitely were DOC Douglas, right?
Yeah.
Okay. When's your out date at this point?
My release date should have been next month or November 5th if I'm able to deal with this case right here.
Okay. So you still got that hold there either way. Most likely they would not return you there until after this case is taken care of. Okay. And then it looks like you're going to be starting probation after you get out, right?
Yeah.
Okay, it's a good idea to get a hold of your probation officer when you do get out. But in fact, if you weren't on probation at the time of this offense, it would not affect that probation, by the way. Okay. So you definitely weren't on probation at the time, right? Yeah. And you're answering no.
No.
Yeah. So that won't affect it, but I'm saying it's a good idea to have good communication.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. Okay. All right. You're charged with taking the identity of another. I'm appointing an attorney for you. As you know, there was that arrest warrant, and your court dates will be at 175 West Madison Street for a status conference on September 15th, and a witness preliminary hearing on September 18th. You cannot initiate contact with the alleged victim or victims. Now, another judge set bond for you in the amount of security appearance bond of $4,000. By setting bond now, there's a good chance you can get credit for both your prison sentence and this sentence also. Okay, but you can talk to your attorney about he or she can make application to see if the bond can be reduced when you get to your assigned judge. Okay? All right. But meanwhile, you're probably going to be staying up here. Okay? All right. Step to your left, please. Stevenson Moses. All right. So your name and date of birth, please.
Stevenson Moses, 7/29/83.
Okay. So it's my understanding you got sentenced in 90 days, 3 days ago, right?
Today.
Oh, today?
Yes.
All right, written down 9/9. Okay, but it's today, okay? And you got credit for a few days, right?
I believe so.
3 days or something like that?
4.
Okay, I'm just going strictly on memory. So you're not going anywhere right now, okay?
No.
I'm appointing a lawyer for you on this. You're in the Island Justice Court, so they'll transport you, okay?
Okay.
And interference with judicial proceedings, 1 count. I appointed a lawyer for you. You'll be back in that court on September 12th. That's, 2.5 days from now at 8:30, okay? For your arraignment hearing. But I'm appointing a lawyer for you, if one hasn't already been appointed for you, for the limited representation regarding the bond issue. I do have to amend this one. I just realized something here. I'm assuming there's an order of protection or injunction against harassment pending against you right now. You have to follow anyone that is issued or will be issued. Actually, sir, I'm going to delete about limited purposes only. I'm just going to appoint an attorney for you, period. Okay. You're not to initiate contact at all with the alleged victim or victims. I don't know anything about the facts of the case since it was a warrant, okay? Okay, and bond was set in the amount of $500, but you're serving a sentence already, so you're not going anywhere, so you can get credit potentially for both cases. All right, step to your left, please. Kyle Francisco, and that one I amended also, if I didn't tell you already. Giselle.
No, I'm reprinting.
Okay. All right, sir. Good afternoon. Your name and date of birth, please?
Kyle Francisco, 9/4/2000.
All right, sir, you're on a probation violation warrant. I know you're on probation for possession of dangerous drugs. You're alleged to have violated terms 1, 3, and 5. I'm appointing a lawyer for you. Your revocation arraignment hearing will be on September 16th at 8:30, 201 West Jefferson. If you get out, contact the probation officer within 72 hours. No alcohol, possess or consume it, no weapons, no drugs without a valid prescription. Key thing is getting out, contact your probation officer within 72 hours and showing off the court. Another judge set bond for you in the amount of $250, security appearance bond. Step to your left, please. Sergio Moreno.
Afternoon.
Afternoon. So your name and date of birth, please.
04/24/1988.
Okay. You got a warrant at a justice court, Superior Court. I guess you were in drug court.
Yeah, for drug court. Yeah.
You already have an attorney on this. First of all, you got to make sure that you obey any orders of protection that have been granted, because apparently there is one here. And your bench warrant is on possession of narcotic drugs. Your court date will be at 175 West Madison at September 17th at 8:30. No drugs without a valid prescription. And your judge ordered a cash bond of $100.
Okay.
So if you post your bond, you better show up for court, or else you could lose the money and a warrant will issue. All right, step to your left, please. You had a question, sir?
So you said I can bond out?
Yeah, if you post $100 cash.
Okay.
Okay, but if you don't show up, then you lose your money and you're back here anyway.
Right.
Okay, I'll show up for court.
Thank you.
Okay. Travis Trammell. All right, sir, your name and date of birth.
Travis Gene Trammell, October 16th, 1965.
All right. Sir, you're on probation for possession of drug paraphernalia. You have a probation violation warrant. I'm appointing a lawyer for you. You'll have your probation revocation arraignment hearing at 201 West Jefferson at 8:30 on September 16th, which is about a week from now. You're alleged to have violated terms 3 and 5. Likewise, if you get out, contact your probation officer within 72 hours of release. You can't possess, consume any alcohol, no weapons, no drugs without a valid prescription. Another judge on that division set bond in the amount of $100, security appearance bond, alleging you violated terms 3 and 5. All right? So step to your left, please. Rachel Galloway. All right, your name and date of birth, please.
Rachel Galloway, January 25th, 1987.
All right, you're charged with possession of dangerous drugs, class 4 felony, possession of drug paraphernalia, class 6 felony. Based on the limited information I have right now, I cannot find probable cause in dangerous drugs because they haven't done a drug test on it. So it doesn't mean you won't be charged with it, but right now I'm not finding probable cause for it. I'm appointing a lawyer for you. Don't lose your paperwork. Don't miss the court, which is at 175 West Madison Street on September 24th at 8:30 for a status conference. A witness preliminary hearing is September 26th. All right? I'm releasing you on your own recognizance. But it'll probably take about 4 hours for you to be processed, approximately. All right? But you'll be getting out, but make sure you don't lose that piece of paper. That way you don't have an excuse for missing it. All right? Step to your left, please. And actually, ma'am, I just want to tell you something. You know, one of the reasons I did that instead of doing pretrial services, you showed the decency to make sure the officers knew what medication the person in the car was for you. Tells me something about your person. Okay? All right, take care. Casey Hill? Good afternoon, sir. Your name and date of birth, please.
Hi, Casey Hill, 5/29/84.
Okay, sir, you're here on, I think it was just an arrest warrant on possession of narcotic drugs, class 4 felony, possession of drug paraphernalia, class 6 felony. Appointing a lawyer for you. Your court dates will be at 175 West Madison at 8:30 in the morning. September 24th for a status conference. Preliminary hearing is set for September 26th. I'm going to release you to pretrial services. In your packet, you'll have information. You got to be in contact with them, do their requirements, which include drug testing. If you don't, you'll probably have a warrant. Okay? It'll probably be about 4 hours or so before you get out, okay? So you'll be released in about 4 hours, but make sure you contact Pretrial Services and get your drug testing done, all right? And don't lose your paperwork because you know what your court dates are, all right? Step to your left. Carlos Castaneda? All right, so your name and date of birth, please.
Carlos Daniel Castañeda Peña, 7998.
Okay, sir, you and a couple other people in the same situation. You had a warrant out of the Surprise City Court, driving with license suspended or revoked. I assume you have not enjoyed your time here today?
No, sir.
So, show up for court,
Yes, sir.
okay? I can't appoint an attorney for you. Your court date will be, and the address will be in your paperwork, October 7th at 1:30 at Surprise.
Okay.
And I'm releasing you on your own recognizance. Likewise, you'll be out in about 4 hours. But if you're smart, show up for court.
Yes, sir.
Okay, step to your left, please.
Thank you.
John Munoz.
Your Honor.
Your name and date of birth, please.
My name is John Anthony Munoz, and my date of birth is September 9th, 2002.
Okay, you got a warrant out of Peoria City Court. My guess is you still owe money, is probably what happened, right?
I think so.
Post adjudication. Be smart, show up for there and find out what's going on. If you owe money, start getting the money together and make that judge happy, all right?
Okay.
Your next court date is September 29th at 9 o'clock, because the warrant just says post adjudication. I don't know what the basis of it is, okay?
Okay.
September 29th at 9 o'clock. I'm releasing you on your own recognizance. Be smart, show up for court.
Yes,
okay?
sir.
Step to your left, please. Cecilia Campos. All right, your name and date of birth, please.
Cecilia Campos, March 30th, 2004.
Once again, I assume you have not enjoyed your time here, right?
Say that again, sir?
You didn't enjoy your time here today, did you? If you did, you're one of the few people that did.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay. It's a lot better to show up in the Justice Court than have to be here.
Say that again, Your Honor?
You got freedom. So you're in the, I'll go for your Justice Court. The address will be there on your paperwork, on open container of alcohol and exceeding the supposed speed by more than 20 miles per hour. And you end up spending time here. It's your choice if you want to come back here.
No, Your Honor.
Which is September 29th at 10:30. All right, be there, and I'm releasing you on your own recognizance. Because they wanted an $874 cash bond. Okay?
Say that last part again, Your Honor.
They wanted to bond me to say bond, a cash bond of $874. I'm releasing you. So the point is, if you don't show up again, they will see that you got released here in this court. You probably won't get the same luck.
All right, Your Honor.
Show up for court. You'll be out in a few hours.
All right, thank you, sir. Have a rest of your day.
Okay. All right, Travis Salmon. All right, so your name and date of birth, please.
Travis James Solomon, 72395.
You're also in Agua Fria Justice Court. You'll be there on September 29th at 10:30. The address will be there. Same thing. This is based on warrant out of there. You had to spend your time here this afternoon.
No.
Be smart and show up for court so you don't have to have another warrant. Okay? I'll release you on your recognizance. They want an $1,150 cash bond. So, as I said, if you don't show up again, we'll know that, and you'll probably have a nice bond. Okay?
Yes, sir.
You'll be out in a few hours. Okay?
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Corey Starkey. Oh, this is two house calls. Okay. Why is there a house call on Corey Starkey? Because it doesn't say anything retrial, sir. Naswa, N-A-S-W, okay. And he's charged with criminal damage, class 2 felony, and domestic violence. They'll be at the Youngtown City Court, September 25th at 9 o'clock. He cannot return to the scene of the alleged crime. He cannot initiate contact with the alleged victim. He can return one time to the scene of the alleged crime with a police officer and civil standby, pick up his personal effects. though I will allow him to return to the scene of the alleged crime and/or initiate contact with the alleged victim with written permission from the alleged victim. But he'll be released on his own recognizance. Then we have Joshua McKay Smith.
Combative.
He's what?
Combative.
Combative? Okay. Well, he's got a warrant out of the Yavapai County Superior Court on the theft. Well, it said on here it's theft of credit card and drug paraphernalia, but actually that's, he's here on a probation violation, and that court has indicated that he is supposed to be held without bond. So that would be pursuant to Rules 27.6 and Rule 7.2C. And his arraignment is set for September 12th at 8:30 in the Yavapai City Court. Okay. All right, we are in recess. All right. Everyone, please be seated. Starting early, so I'm surprised. Okay, good evening, everybody. This is the 8 o'clock calendar. It's September 9th, 2025. I will tell you that the court orders for the taking of fingerprints and DNA samples that were given or announced on the first calendar of this month will apply to this calendar also. Well, I will not say out loud all your release conditions, but they will be on your paperwork. At a minimum, it'll say no drugs without a valid prescription, don't drive without a valid driver's license. If I said a security appearance bond, you can go through a bondsman. It's my understanding they collect calls. On some of the walls in the jail, they have names and numbers of bondsmen. If you can't find them or you're having any difficulty, ask one of the officers for assistance. All right. Okay, let's do Stephen Cato. Just behind the podium, please. All right, sir, your name and your date of birth, please.
Stephen Gatto, 9/14/91.
Okay, I just want to double check one thing in regard to you're here in a probation violation warrant. And you're alleged to violate terms 6, 7, 12, 15, and 17. And believe the warrant, the warrant is back from 2015, I believe. Let me double check that. Yeah. Anyway, I appointed a lawyer for you. Your court date will be September 16th, 8:30 at 201 West Jefferson. I already told you what your alleged terms were. If we were able to be out, you have to contact your probation officer in 72 hours. No weapons, no alcohol, not to possess any drugs without a valid prescription. And your judge determined that pursuant to Rules 7.2C and 27.6, you'll be held without bond. Step to your left, please. So obviously, with the finding that you'd probably be sent to the Department of Corrections on any violation. All right, number 23, Lorena Montalvo Hall. Your name and date of birth, please.
Lorena Montalvo Hall, 8375.
75?
Yes, sir. 75.
Yeah, okay. Got a bench warrant in Superior Court. Actually, you failed to appear at sentencing. And on theft, fraudulent schemes, and forgery. You already have an attorney on that. Your next court date will be a status conference on September 18th at 8:30 at 201 West Jefferson. You not to have any contact with the alleged victim. And your judge ordered a cash bond. So September 18th at 8:30 at 201 West Jefferson, your judge ordered a cash-only appearance bond of $25,000.
Yeah.
Could you fail to appear at sentencing?
Your Honor, if I may, that's the only court appearance that I...
Okay, well, I can just tell you, this is what your judge, you're assigned to, has ordered, okay?
Would you be willing
What?
to? Would you be willing to change it to a secured
You'd
bond?
have to talk to talk to your lawyer to see if that your judge will change it. But right now, I'm not going to overrule his decision. All right, step to your left, please.
Thank you.
Zeth Webley. So your name and date of birth, please.
Seth Webley, 3/16/96.
Okay, you got a total of 4 matters here. Let's put this. One is Hassayampa Justice Court, one is West Mesa Justice Court, one is Superior Court, and one is Santan Justice Court. And you'll have an attorney for all of them, but let's just go over each one individually. All right. In Superior Court, it's in 2022-129335. There's a bench warrant. As I said, you failed to appear at the status conference on 2 counts of aggravated DUI Class 4 felonies. You're having a lawyer appointed on that. You'll be at 175 West Master Street on September 15th at 8:30 for a status conference. And 3 days later on 9/18 at the same time, you'll be set for a preliminary hearing, a witness preliminary hearing. You're not consuming any alcohol, and bond was set in that court, in that matter by that court, amount of $2,500 secured appearance bond. All right, then we have out of the Hassayampa Justice Court, you have a warrant in 2020-144809. On that one, it's on a failure to pay, I believe, and I said bond just an amount of $50 since you got the other bond. It's on a drug paraphernalia charge, same other charges. A lawyer will be appointed for you at the next court date on that one. And then in TR 2021-120369, that's a warrant out of the West Mesa Justice Court. And by the way, all the addresses will be in your paperwork. You got a warrant on driving license suspended. And your court date on that one will be September 12th at 8:30 West Mesa Justice Court. And bond is set at an amount of $500 on that one. And finally, in 2021-1000623, that one's out of Santan Justice Court. You've got another warrant appointing an attorney for you. Bond is set at an amount of $250. Okay, which is a reduction from $680 that the court wanted. Step to your left, please. Rodolfo Acosta. Sir, your name and date of birth, please.
Rodolfo Acosta Jr., 10/7/1979.
Okay. Sir, couple things in regard to this. I'm going to just double check one thing here. That's right. At this point, I cannot appoint an attorney for you. You're going to try to hire your own attorney. If you can't, you can always ask your assigned judge to see if he or she will appoint one for you if you can't afford one, but no promises about whether one will be appointed for you. Okay?
Yes.
This thing, it's the Buckeye City Court, and once again, the address will be on your paperwork. And you'll be in the Buckeye City Court on September 17th at 1 o'clock. You have the charges of criminal damage and disorderly conduct. This is domestic violence charges. Now, you're not to return to the scene of the alleged crime. You're not to initiate contact with the alleged victim or victims. You're not to possess any weapons. You're not to consume any alcohol. No drugs without a valid prescription. You may return to one time to the scene of the original crime with a police officer on a civil standby to pick up your personal effects. It's my understanding you're in probation in Graham County. So, this is what I've got to let you know. They've been informed. I don't know if they're going to put a hold on it.
Excuse me?
I don't know if the Graham County, because you're on probation, whether they're going to put a hold on you or not.
My probation was transferred out here to Maricopa County.
Okay, well, either way, courtesy supervision. So whether Maricopa might put a hold on you for that. So it's possible you might be seen at a later calendar throughout the course of the night. Okay, I just want to let you know. Okay, that's why I'm putting in the provisions about contacting your probation officer within 72 hours, and with the understanding that.
Your Honor,
yeah.
I had a question. You said I couldn't be in touch, but I broke a TV. It wasn't.
I know. 1 second. I always recommend to people don't talk about the facts of. I know you're going through a divorce. Okay. And I always recommend to people not to talk about the facts of the case.
Yes, sir.
Because, like, you just already made admission to the case, and it could be used against you at a later date. Okay. I try to encourage people not to talk because they say things, and over the years, people say things, and their lawyers grimace. You know what I mean? So. I'm going to edit it, by the way. Okay, I'm going to reduce the bond, what I was originally going to do. Okay. All right, the bond will be, as I said, I've just lowered it quite a bit. It's going to be $750 security appearance bond. If you post a bond, contact your probation officer in 72 hours. With his courtesy supervision, do the one here, and then make sure you make it to court. All right?
Yes, sir.
Step to your left, please. Jonathan Renteria. So your name and date of birth, please.
Jonathan Renteria, 10/5/1993.
All right, you've got 3 matters for me. One is a probation violation. Let me it's easier if I just look at it this way. You've a warrant out of Goodyear City Court and another case out of, both 2 out of Goodyear and 1's here at Superior Court. Okay, and the Superior Court one, it's a probation violation. I'm appointing a lawyer for you. Your probation revocation arraignment hearing is set for September 16th at 8:30 at 201 West Jefferson. You're alleged to have violated terms 1, 3, 6, and 7. If you get out, contact your probation officer within 72 hours. You can't initiate contact with the original victim or victims. And no weapons, no possession or consumption of alcohol, and no drugs without a valid prescription. And a judge in that division set bond for you in the amount of $1,500 secured appearance bond. All right. Now, in 2024 00140 out of Goodyear, you got a warrant on a DUI. A lawyer will be appointed for you at the next court date. That one you'll have a arraignment hearing at Goodyear. As I said, your address will be in your paperwork on September 17th at 8:30. But I'm pulling an attorney for you for Actually, I got to amend this, by the way. I just realized something. Let me see what the warrant was for. Hold on. Let me see. I am just appointing a lawyer for you. Your court date on that is, in good year, is 9/17, September 17th at 8:30. Same conditions, contact your probation office in 72 hours, no alcohol, no weapons, etc. And as I said, I posted a bond for you. Set a bond for you on that. And finally, you got another case out of Goodyear. It's a new case based on assault and resisting arrest, both class 1 misdemeanor. A lawyer will be appointed for you. Another matter, you can't return to the scene and all the other same conditions. Bond is 9/17 is your court date, and bond was set in the amount of $1,000 security appearance bond. So step to your left, please. Brittany Schultz. All right, your name and date of birth, please.
Brittany Ann Scholes, August 12th, 1991.
All right, you're here in a probation violation matter. I know you're on probation for, here we go, aggravated taking the ID of another. You're alleged to have violated terms 3, 4, 5, and 15, and I know you're in intensive probation. I'm appointing a lawyer for you. You'll have your arraignment, revocation arraignment.
I'm sorry?
What didn't you hear? Oh, I heard a voice. I didn't know who.
Yeah.
It wasn't yours?
No.
Oh, okay. You heard what I said, what terms, right? You're alleged to have violated?
Yes.
Your next court date is September 16th at 8:30 at 201 West Jefferson. If I didn't mention before, I appointed a lawyer for you. And if you get out, you have to contact your probation officer if you're released within 24 hours because you're on intensive probation.
Yes.
You can initiate contact with the original victim or victims. No weapons, no alcohol, no drugs without a valid prescription. And bond was set by another judge, an amount of $750. Security appearance bond.
I'm sorry, how much?
750.
750?
Okay, yeah.
Thank you.
But if you make sure, contact your probation officer and show up for court. All right?
Yes, sir.
You can go right to the left, please.
Thank you.
Dylan Pagati. Sir, your name and date of birth, please.
Dylan Pagati, 9/29/1993.
Okay, sir, you're here on 2 probation violation matters. So, on both of them, by the way, well, no, it's different. You're on probation for theft in 2022-00256.
No, that's wrong. I went to prison for theft.
Okay.
For 2.5 years.
Let me double check, okay? Cindy, let me just double check, okay? I may have written it down incorrectly, okay? So let me see here. And if you're wrong, I'll correct you on that. If I'm wrong, I'll correct myself, okay? Okay. In August of this year, August 19th, you were reinstated on probation. Your original sentence, let me see, hold on. No, that's not what I want. Yeah, back on August 18th, you were ordered to serve 90 days beginning 12/15 on December 15th. Okay? Is that what you're talking about? Forces. And that's based on theft.
No, so I went to prison for 2.5 years for organized retail theft, and I got out of prison on a 4-year term tail probation.
I'll tell you what, let me just try to find out if there's another case on that.
They just reinstated me on my domestic violence
hold on
probation.
a second. On that. Sir, well, I can just tell you, I've looked it up, at least in the records. Remember, you'll have to talk to your lawyer about this. It's based on a Class 3 felony. You're alleged to have violated terms 2 and 15. And if you get out, contact your probation officer in 72 hours. Talk to your lawyer about this. No weapons, no alcohol, and no drugs without a valid prescription. And you'll be in court on September 16th, which is a little less than a week from today, at 8:30 at 201 West Jefferson. Another judge set bond review in the amount of $500 on that one.
I can barely hear you, Your Honor.
I'm sorry, I'm losing my voice.
You're good.
Bond was set in the amount of $500. You'll be in court in a week from today, September 16th at 8:30. All right. Now the other case, which CR 2022-125512. I'm going to check the docket again on that one.
You're good. Thank you.
You brought up certain things.
Thank
Okay.
you. May
Yeah, 1 second.
Okay.
Remember, I said I'd look something up to see.
Oh, okay. It's hard to hear you over here. I'm sorry.
I am sorry. I just
You're
think
good.
harder.
Thank you, sir.
No, it shows you're still on probation. Okay, and a petition to revoke. Okay, what were you about to ask me? But I recommend you don't talk about the facts.
No, I'm not going to talk about my case or anything. So, is there any possible way I can get OR'd on my own recognizance?
No. Now.
Because I have my brother. He's in a.
I'm sorry.
My brother is in an ICU with the tube down his throat, and he's on life support right now, and I'm the only one who can be there for him, and help him. And he's on Banner. He's in Banner Hospital on 11th Street in McDowell.
Okay.
And I've never missed a court date in my life, and.
Well, let's talk about that for a second, okay?
Please, I really need your help, Your Honor.
Okay. You've had a number of probation violations here. Just I'm looking at one case in terms of that, and a bunch of priors.
I believe this is only my second probation violation.
Okay, I'm just speaking in general. I'm sorry I can't accommodate you because another judge has already set that bond. So, and this one, the bond is $750, alleging you violate term number 15.
So what's the total bond amount altogether?
And you can go to a bondsman, it's $1,250.
Is there a way you can lower the bond a little bit so I can try to bond out?
But it's $1,250, but you can
I
go through
financially
you can go through a bondsman.
Understand that, sir. Unfortunately, I don't have $1,250. Maybe if you could lower the bond amount a little bit, I could try to come up with some extra money and be able to pay that.
No, I'm sorry, I can't. All right, step to your left, please.
All right, you have a blessed evening. Thank you.
Stephen Moreno. So your name and date of birth, please.
Stephen Michael Moreno, 12/30/97.
Looks like you're in for another almost 3 years, right?
Yes, sir.
What?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, July 7th of 2028. 28, if I didn't say it, okay.
Yeah.
You got an arrest warrant, and I know there's an order to show sort of security attendance, and you requested being brought up so you can start dealing with it. Right, I know that. Possession of narcotic drugs, class 4 felony, possession, I'm appointing a lawyer for you. Ordinarily, sir, when I have charges like that, I release people to pretrial services, but if I do that, you aren't going to get credit for the time here also, and for the other charge. So I just said binding out of $500 so you can get credit for both, because you're not going anywhere. Most likely, by the way, you'll stay up here until this case is being taken care of before they shift you back down there.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Yes, sir.
That's pretty much it. So that way you can get credit for both.
All right.
Okay. All right. Step to your left, please.
Thank you.
And I didn't tell you the court dates. 9/15 for status conference at 8:30 and witness bill hearing on 9/18. Veronica Wolosinski. All right. Your name and date of birth, please.
Veronica Wilczynski, 7/30/1993.
All right, you're here in a probation violation. And I guess you're on probation for shoplifting. You're alleged to have violated terms 3, 5, and 15. I'm appointing a lawyer for you. Your next court date will be a revocation arraignment hearing at 201 West Jefferson at 8:30 on September 16th. If you get out, contact your probation officer in 72 hours. No alcohol, no weapons, no drugs without a valid prescription. And your judge said bond the amount of $500, security appearance bond. Step to your left, please. Gabriel Galindo. All right, sir, your name and date of birth, please.
Gabriel Galindo, February 12th, 1966.
All right, so you got 3 probation violation matters, and on all 3 of them, you're alleged to have violated terms 3, 5, and 15. I'm appointing a lawyer for you on each one. And on all of them, you're going to have these terms. I'm appointing a lawyer for you. Same court date of September 16th at 201 West Jefferson for a revocation arraignment hearing. That's at 8:30. If you get out, contact your probation officer within 72 hours. Can't possess any weapons, possess or consume any alcohol, and no drugs without a valid prescription. In regard to 2024-106-230, bond was set by your judge in the amount of $250 security appearance bond. In 2024-1555579, your judge set bond in the amount of $100. In 2024-113548, your judge set bond in the amount of $250. So the total amount is $1,100 security appearance bond. But if you get out, make sure you contact your probation officer within 72 hours. Step to your left, please. Robert Hutto. So your name and date of birth, please.
Robert Hutto, 4/21/88.
All right, you're probably going to be seeing a Tempe City judge tomorrow morning.
I'm sorry?
You're probably going to see a Tempe judge tomorrow morning.
Okay.
So you're not going anywhere right now. Is there a hold on him from Tempe? Is there a hold on him from Tempe?
For hours?
Talk it up.
Okay.
Yeah. So probably tomorrow morning you'll be transported over, to that. So anyway, you're here on new cases of possession of narcotic drugs, possession of dangerous drugs, both class 4 felonies, possession of drug paraphernalia, class 1 misdemeanor, and criminal trespass in the 3rd degree. I'm appointing a lawyer for you. I have to amend this, by the way. Come here. I forgot one thing. You're not to return to the scene of the alleged crime. You're not to initiate contact with any alleged complainant or witness. You're not to go possess any drugs without a valid prescription. I will tell you this. The state was asking that you be held on a $1,500 bond. I've decided to release you to pretrial services, which means there's a packet. You have to read it carefully. You be in contact with them. In regard to this, I'm also requiring that, let me put this in right now. You have to do drug testing and monitoring. So if you don't contact them, you don't see in compliance with them, and if you don't get your drug testing, there'll be a warrant. You'll be back here. I want you to be able to keep your job at QT. Okay?
I'm sorry.
I want you to be able to keep your job. That's why I'm releasing you. In terms of that, something, but you can't. You're not allowed to use any drugs, of course, and you can't go back on the places where you're not supposed to be. You understand that?
Got it.
All right. So make sure you comply with pretrial services. Read your packet carefully, and make sure you get your drug testing done. All right. Step to your left, please.
Thank you.
Okay. Jesse Duke.
Yes, paperwork change.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Okay.
Have a seat outside, sir.
Officer?
Yeah, I'm moving up.
Okay, thank you. All right, so your name and date of birth, please.
Jesse Duke, 41702.
All right, so you've been indicted by a grand jury for acts alleged to have taken place on June 13th and June 15th of 2023. 4 counts of sexual conduct with a minor, Class 2 felonies, and 1 count of luring a minor for sexual exploitation, a Class 3 felony. I'm appointing a lawyer for you. You'll have your not guilty arraignment on 175 West Madison Street on September 17th at 8:30. Okay? You're not to initiate contact with any alleged victim or victims. No, obviously no drugs without a valid prescription. If you are able to post your bond, you'll be having an electronic bracelet put on you, ankle monitor, and you can only leave your homes during hours approved by your pretrial officer. When a judge, upon the return of the indictment, set bond for you in a secured appearance bond of $100,000. All right? Step to your left, please. Now the interpreter matter, I guess.
I'm still trying to get one.
You still haven't? All right, those. Number 25 is Trashasans, Fonville. Apparently he was not following orders, so that's why it's a house call. He's got a probation violation. Appointing a lawyer for him. He'll have to be next court on 9/16 at 8:30 at 201 West Jefferson. He's alleged to violate terms 3 and 5. If he gets out, contact his probation officer within 72 hours. No alcohol, no weapons, no drugs. As I said, he's alleged to violate terms 3 and 5. Bond was set in the amount of $1,000 secured appearance bond. Okay. Now we're just waiting for the interpreter.
Okay. We're going to take this gentleman back.
Okay, that's fine.
We're
How
going
do you bring the, we have to wait. We're having trouble finding an interpreter right now.
Okay.
So, yeah. You got one? Yeah, go ahead and take him back then. You were so confident, remember? You lied to me. No, just kidding.
No, they're getting somebody.
Oh, they are getting someone.
Yeah.
It's, no, of course, as soon as you say something, the opposite happens. That's why I joke about that.
That myself.
Let's go.
In the courtroom and the team help with what you need to legal matter. Can you just help us on that? Okay. Oh, perfect. I'm going to connect you to the courtroom and let's go to the chat.
Early intervention.
That's the proceedings interpreter.
I know. Ready? Can I please, the interpreter, will you please identify yourself for the record, please?
Sure, sir. My name is Abdi, your Swahili interpreter ID, 6800407 How may I assist you?
Okay, we're going to have a gentleman here appearing before me who needs a Swahili interpreter. They'll be bringing him in a moment, so if you please bear with us, and we'll get going. All right?
All right, sure.
Thank you. That's why there'll be silence, because he's not here yet.
All right.
Okay. And sir, I'll just speak one sentence at a time to make it easier on you when we do this.
Thank you.
Okay. I don't know what's taking so long, but obviously he should be here in any minute.
All right.
And if at any time you can't hear him or understand him, feel free to ask, you can repeat it and tell him to speak up or whatever the case may be, all right?
All right. Thank you.
I see him coming now.
Okay.
Right. It'll be less than 1 minute.
Okay.
Okay, right. Thank you. Sir, your name, tell me your name and your date of birth.
Hamjambo, mimi ni Abdi, mkalimani wako, kila kitu na tafsiri, siri zote na hifadhi. Tuanze na uniambie jina lako na tarehe ya kuzaliwa.
Shida niko nayo ni shida moya yenye na niko na huzuni. Huzuni niko nayo ni kwa sababu nilikuwa kwa mganga wakanikutana mimi na jarea pale fulani pembeni ya office. Mimi na jarea pembeni ya office. Hasa abo wakanikamata wakaninyanyasa. Sina shida na mtu na sina shida na kitu yoyote ambayo niko nacho.
So currently I'm worried that Ngoja. Currently I'm really depressed. I'm worried. I was at the doctor's office. I didn't do anything wrong. These guys, they came over at me, harassed me.
Mbo shida nilikuwa nayo sasa, kasi walinikimbiza kusema wakaninyang'anya kila vifaa yangu. Sasa siwezi kuingia ndani ya kasi. Siwezi kwenda kura kasi. Walinikutana kwa barabara ndio kwenye nilikuwa na jiaria. Mimi sikukuwa na shida yoyote, lakini hapo basi ndio walinikamatia pale. Mimi najiaria tu kwa barabara kwa sababu nilikuwa ninakosa mahali ya kwenda sasa.
So they took all my belongings, including the equipment that I usually work while at the workplace. So I was on the road, headed towards my home, and the security officers, they came and arrested me.
Okay, sir, I only asked you, give me your name and your date of birth.
Sawa bwana, tafadhali nimekuuliza uniambie jina lako na tarehe ya kuzaliwa, tafadhali.
Simi Bizimana Elia Bizimano.
Elia Bizimano, that's my name, Elia Bizimano.
What is your date of birth?
Tarehe ya kuzaliwa?
Niko na miaka 50.
I'm 50 years old.
Okay. Were you born on January 1st, 1973?
Umezaliwa tarehe 1 mwezi wa kwanza mwaka 1973 ama 73?
Yeah.
Okay.
Correct.
Okay. Sir, is your primary language Swahili?
Sasa lugha yako ya kimsingi ambayo unaelewa kufahamu na unazungumza ni lugha ya Swahili?
Ndio lugha yangu, hata na language yote naongea kila lugha yote.
Ni Swahili?
Swahili hata na language mimi naongea tu, lugha yote mimi naongea.
Yes, Swahili, but I can also speak any other language.
Okay, but is your main language Swahili?
Lakini lugha yako lugha yako kuu, ile lugha yako mama ama ya msingi ambayo unaelewa kuzungumza na kufahamu ni Swahili?
Yeah, lakini juu tunaongea na Kinyarwanda tunakiongeaga nacho.
Yes, but I can also speak in Kinyarwanda.
Okay, which language do you understand better?
Je, unafahamu vizuri zaidi lugha gani?
Mimi naongea Kinyawisha kwa sababu ni lugha ya kwetu kazaliwa.
Kinyashwisha?
Yes.
Kinyashwisha is my language, main language.
Okay, have you had any difficulty understanding the Swahili interpreter?
Je, umewahi kuwa na tatizo kufahamu mkalimani wa lugha ya Swahili?
Ya Kinyarwanda unajua sisi tuko ya zone ya Ruchuru tunaongea kila lugha yote. Tunaongea kila lugha yote tunaongeaga.
We speak any other language. We can speak every language.
No, but have you understood everything that the Swahili interpreter has explained to you?
Nauliza, umeelewa kila kitu ambacho huyu mkalimani wa lugha ya Swahili ameshakueleza? Umemfahamu, umeelewa?
Mimi nasema hivi, kila lugha yote mitatu tunaongeaga sie. Kila lugha yote mimi naongea.
This is what I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I can speak every language.
Okay. Do you need a Swahili interpreter to assist you in understanding the proceedings against you?
Je, unataka mkalimani wa lugha ya Swahili akusaidie kuhusu hili jambo, hili zoezi ambaye tunalifanya hapa? Unataka mkalimani wa lugha ya Swahili akusaidie ufahamu zaidi?
Shida nayo ni kitu kimoja. Ni kwa sababu sasa mimi sasa mbona mimi nakosa mahali ya kukaa? Mimi nakosa mahali ya kukaa. Sasa mimi nakosa nifanye kitu gani ambayo nakosa nifanye kitu gani? Mimi sasa mbona kutana mahali kwenye mimi najikalia hapo wananisumbua. Sina nafasi, sina nyumba, sina kazi. Sasa mimi nifanye kitu gani? Sasa wananisumbua kwenye mimi naikaa.
But you see, my concern now is that I do not have a place to stay. I do not have a house. I don't have a job. So they come to the place where I was relaxing and they arrested me.
Okay. Sir, well, you've got to listen to what I'm asking you. Would having a Swahili interpreter help you understand everything that's happening in your case?
Nataka uelewe chenye nakueleza. Tuko na mkalimani wa lugha ya Swahili hapa akusaidie uifahamu kuhusu kesi lako leo hapa.
Yes or no?
Nawaambia wanitafutie kazi.
Ama la.
Sina na ID, sina ID, vyote polisi walivyoshaba nyang'anya vyote, sina kitu. Mimi nabakia sina kitu. Niko wazi. Sasa mimi nifanye nini?
I do not have a job. I do not have a job. That is something that we need to be discussing right now.
No, right now.
They took all my documents. So what do you guys expect me to do? I have nothing.
Okay. You're not answering my questions. I'm pointing a Swahili interpreter for the course of your case.
Sawa basi, sasa haujibu Swahili yangu na hivyo ndio itakuwa kesi lako tumemwekea kwa mkalimani wa lugha ya Swahili. Haujibu ile kitu na kuuliza.
Sasa mbona sasa mimi nakuuliza mbona sina ID na social security barsha niba na green card yangu barsha ni hatari ya kunipatia. Wanasema ngonenge unipane pesa. Sasa yeye ndavitoa namna gani? Ndavipata namna gani? Sasa kwenye nazikaria hiyo green card tangu nilikuyaga nipatega na green card yangu. Ukangalia kitu barsha ni testa. Nipatega na green card yangu.
But they took all my documents, all my documentation, including social security and green card. I do not have money right now, and I would like to have them back.
Okay, sir, this is something you keep saying the same thing over and over again. I appoint a lawyer. You have your lawyer. The lawyer will be able to help you out. Your next court date is September 15th at 8:30 at 175 West Madison Street in Phoenix.
Sawa, tunarudia tu hapa. Sasa nitampatia wakili yako ashughulike kesi yako. Tumekupatia siku ingine ya siku ya kotini, itakuwa ni tarehe 15 mwezi wa 9 mwezi huu, itakuwa ni saa 2:30 kule kwa anwani ya kotini itakuwa ni 175 ambayo itakuwa ni kule Madison Street. Sawa.
Your judge issued a warrant because you failed to appear at the time of sentencing and set a bond in the amount of $1,000 cash only.
Na manake huyo hakimu amekupatia warranty ya kukufunga wewe, manake ulihepa huku kuja ile tarehe ya kotini na umepigwa bondi ya kulipa $1,000. Ilikuwa ni hivyo.
Okay. All right, we are in recess. To the interpreter, thank you very much.
Good.
We're done. Thank you.
Ilikuwa ni thamana ya $1,000. Anything else I can help you with?
No, I appreciate your time. Thank you so much.
I'm glad I could help. Thank you. This
Okay.
is Abdi, Swahili interpreter ID 6800473. Have a great time. Bye.
Okay. Well, take care, sir. Thank you very much.
Please be seated. All right, this is the 11 p.m. calendar, initial appearance calendar for September the 9th. The court's orders for the taking of DNA and fingerprints that were given on the first calendar of this month shall apply to all matters on this calendar. All right, we're going to proceed in the following manner. We're going to call two people. The first person is going to come and stand up at the podium. The second person is going to sit in the chair by the door, kind of like an on-deck circle in baseball. The first person we're going to see this morning is Sharon Sholin, followed by Jonathan Owens. Ma'am, please state your name and date of birth.
My name is Sharon Sholin. Date of birth is January 13th of 88.
All right, ma'am, you're here on a bench warrant from the Superior Court on the charges of possessing dangerous drugs and possessing drug paraphernalia, Class 4 and a Class 6 felony. You already have an attorney that was appointed to represent you at the time you bench warranted. On this case, there's been a secured appearance bond set in the amount of $500. If you post the bond, you're not to initiate contact with any arresting officers, you're not to possess any drugs without a valid prescription or drive without a valid driver's license. You're to continue to provide court or proof of your local address. Your next court date will be a status conference on September the 15th at 8:30 with a possible preliminary hearing on September the 18th at 8:30 in the downtown Superior Court. Do you have any questions, ma'am?
No.
Okay, you can step back. Okay. Mr. Owens will be followed by Tony Benali. Sir, please state your name.
Jonathan Michael Owens.
And your date of birth.
12/6/1992.
All right. Sir, you've been charged with 2 counts of aggravated assault, Class 3 dangerous felonies, and 1 count of aggravated assault as a Class 4 felony. The court has appointed the public defender to represent you. On this case, there's been a bond set of $50,000. That's a cash-only bond. If bond is posted, you'd be subject to pretrial services with electronic monitoring. Some of your release conditions are you're not to have any contact with any alleged victim or witness or complainant. You're not to initiate contact with any arresting officers. You're not to possess any weapons. You're not to possess any drugs without a valid prescription or drive without a valid driver's license. You're to continue to provide court or proof of your local address. Your next court date will be a status conference on September the 15th at 8:30 with a possible preliminary hearing on September the 18th at 8:30 in the downtown Superior Court. Do you have any questions, sir?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Mr. Benali will be followed by Casey Montgomery. Sir, please state your name.
Tony Benali.
And your date of birth, sir?
12/11/78.
All right, so you're here on a warrant out of the Safford Justice Court on the charge of driving on a suspended license. The Safford Court set a bond of $500, which I've affirmed. It's a secured appearance bond. I have found you to be indigent. Counsel will be appointed for you at the next court date pursuant to Rule 6.1B. If you post the bond, you're not to initiate contact with any arresting officers. You're not to possess any drugs without a valid prescription or drive without a valid driver's license. You're to continue to provide court or proof of your local address. Your next court date will be an arraignment hearing in the Safford Justice Court on September the 12th at 8:30. Do you have any questions, sir?
Yes. Well, I at the time, excuse me, I'm tired, but at the time, I do remember that court, and I was here, and I've been incarcerated ever since. Before that court that happened, but I kept that in mind, and I've been here for 6 months, and my release date was supposed to be tomorrow, and I didn't have the number to the Safford, the court out there to notify them. I had no other way, and at the time, it's not forgotten. And I did, do an ILS form while I was incarcerated to see if I have any holdings. And they said no, and they just gave me my release date.
Okay.
And I did one again last night to an officer, and he said the same thing. He just gave me my release date and no holds. That's what I was going with until today.
Yeah, I have very limited jurisdiction on out-of-county warrants. You're going to be in court in basically 2 days from tomorrow, because we're almost at midnight already. But sir, I really have to firm the $500 bond at this point. All right? The officer will give you some paperwork soon.
All right.
Mr. Montgomery will be followed by Olivia Estrada. Sir, state your name, please.
Casey George Montgomery.
And your date of birth.
02/08/1995.
Sir, you've been charged with 3 counts of shoplifting with artifice, class 4 felony, and 1 count of misdemeanor shoplifting. The court has found you to be indigent. It's ordered appointing counsel through the Office of Public Defense Services. Sir, because this offense occurred while you were on felony release for the case that you currently have pending, you're not entitled to bond. At this point, on this case, you'll be held without bond. If that changes, then you're not to initiate contact with any arresting officers, you're not to possess any weapons, you're not to possess any drugs without a valid prescription or drive without a valid driver's license. You're to continue to provide court or proof of your local address. Your next court date will be a status conference on September the 15th at 8:30 in the downtown Superior Court. Because you're being held without bond, you're entitled to have an evidentiary hearing, and you'll have that within 7 days. That evidentiary hearing to determine whether or not you should continue to be held non-bondable will be September the 16th at 1:30. Do you have any questions, sir?
No.
All right, thank you, sir. Ms. Estrada will be followed by Joshua Ortega. Ma'am, please state your name
Olivia Estrada,
and your date of birth.
9695.
All right, you're here on 2 cases. First, number 10 on the calendar is a Superior Court probation violation matter. The court has found you to be indigent. It's ordered appointing the public defender to represent you. On this case, there's been a secured appearance bond set in the amount of $250. If you post the bond, you're not to initiate contact with any arresting officers, you're not to possess any weapons, you're not to possess any drugs without a valid prescription or drive without a valid driver's license. You're to continue to provide court or proof of your local address, and you're to contact your probation officer within 72 hours of your release. Your next court date will be a probation revocation arraignment hearing, possible disposition hearing on September the 16th at 8:30 in the downtown Superior Court. Number 11 is another probation violation matter, just a separate cause number. Once again, the public defender is appointed to represent you. The bond is also $250. Your release conditions are exactly the same as is your court date of September the 16th. Do you have any questions, ma'am?
No.
All right, thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Mr. Ortega will be followed by David Sodari. Sir, please state your name
Joshua Frank Ortega,
and your date of birth, sir.
03/24/2000.
All right, sir, you're here on 2 cases. The first is a new charge, a new case, charging you with possession of narcotic drugs, a class 4 felony, possession of drug paraphernalia, class 6 felony, and shoplifting, a class 1 misdemeanor. The court has found probable cause as to those counts. The court has found you to be indigent. It's ordered appointing the public defender to represent you. On this case, there's a secured appearance bond that's been set in the amount of $250. If you post the bond, you're not to initiate contact with any arresting officers, you're not to possess any weapons, you're not to possess any drugs without a valid prescription or drive without a valid driver's license. You're to continue to provide court or proof of your local address, and you're to contact your probation officer within 72 hours. Your next court date on this case is a status conference on September the 15th at 8:30 with a possible preliminary hearing on September the 18th at 8:30 in the downtown Superior Court. Number 13 is an out-of-county warrant on a probation violation. This is from the Pima County Superior Court. On that case, there's a bond set, a secured appearance bond set in the amount of $5,000. The release conditions are otherwise the same. The court will appoint counsel at your next court date. Your next court date on this case is an arraignment hearing on September the 12th at 8:30 in the Pima County Superior Court. Do you have any questions, sir?
No.
Okay, thank you, sir. Mr. Sadari will be followed by Heather Hernandez. Sir, state your name, please.
I'm David Sudari.
And your date of birth.
9/27/1978.
All right. So you've been charged with possessing dangerous drugs, a class 4 felony. The court has found probable causes to that count. The court has found you to be indigent. It's ordered appointing the public defender to represent you. On this case, you're going to be released on your own recognizance. It's just important you make your court date. You're not to initiate contact with any arresting officers. You're not to possess any drugs without a valid prescription or drive without a valid driver's license. You're to continue to provide court proof of your local address. Your next court date will be a status conference on September the 24th at 8:30 in the downtown Superior Court with a possible preliminary hearing on September the 26th. But the date you need to worry about is September the 24th. It's important you make your court date. Do you have any questions, sir?
No.
All right, thank you, sir. Ms. Hernandez?
Didn't we have an add-on that I did?
Yeah, I put right above the LEP.
Oh, you already put it on, okay. You moved it on me.
Your name, please,
Heather Hernandez,
and your date of birth.
January 30th, 1990.
Okay, ma'am, you're charged with criminal trespass in the first degree, a class 6 felony. The court has found probable causes to that count. The court has found you to be indigent. It's ordered appointing the public defender to represent you. On this case, you're going to be released on your own recognizance. You're not to return to the scene of the alleged crime, which was the trespassing. You're not to initiate contact with any arresting officers. You're not to possess any drugs without a valid prescription or drive without a valid driver's license. You're to continue to provide court proof of your local address. Your next court date will be a status conference on September the 24th at 8:30 with a possible preliminary hearing on September the 26th at 8:30 in the downtown Superior Court. The court date and the location will be on the paperwork the officer will give you. It's very important you make the court date, ma'am. Do you have any questions?
No.
All right, ma'am, you can step back.
Thank you.
Jose Avidres. He'll be followed by Andrew Woods.
Good evening, Your Honor.
Good evening, sir. Please tell me your name and date of birth.
Jose Alvidrez, 10/14/1979.
All right. Sir, you're here on a municipal court warrant on the charge of driving on a suspended or canceled license, a Class 1 misdemeanor. At this point, I don't have enough information to determine whether or not you're entitled to a court-appointed counsel. Sir, I'm going to release you on your own recognizance.
Okay.
Very important you make your court date. If not, you're going to be held in custody on a much higher bond. Do you understand that?
Yes.
All right. You're not to initiate contact with any arresting officers. You're not to possess any drugs without a valid prescription or drive without a valid driver's license. You're to continue to provide court proof of your local address. Your next court date will be September the 29th at 9 a.m. in the Peoria Municipal Court. That information will be on the paperwork you'll be given.
Okay.
Do you have any questions, sir?
Yes, I do.
Sure, go ahead.
Would I be able to get time served for this?
That I can't tell you. It's a municipal court matter.
Okay.
You can ask them.
Okay.
But you'll be on your own recognizance until your next court date on the 29th.
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor.
Step right over there, sir.
Have a good night.
You too, man. Andrew Woods will be followed by Alejandro Lopez Arroyo. Sir, tell me your name, please.
Andrew Woods.
And your date of birth.
February 15th, 1992.
All right, sir, you're here on a municipal court new case charging you with failing to violating an order of protection or disobeying an order of the court, and disorderly conduct, a Class 1 misdemeanor. Let me check one thing. Okay, that's one I thought. All right, I'm going to go over some of your release conditions with you. They'll all be in writing. At this point, counsel will be appointed at your next court date. I'm going to release you on your own recognizance.
Yes, sir.
The victim has indicated that she wants to try to rescind the order of protection.
Yes, sir.
Until she does that, the order of protection remains in effect and you have to follow it. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right. You're not to possess any drugs without a valid prescription or drive without a valid driver's license. You're to continue to provide court proof your local address. But as indicated, you're released on your own recognizance. Your next court date will be an arraignment hearing in the Peoria Municipal Court on September the 29th at 9 a.m.
Yes, sir.
Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
All right, you can step back over there.
Thank you so much.
Alejandro Lopez Arroyo will be followed by Robert Maldonado. Sir, your name, please.
Alejandro, November 12, 2004.
All right. Sir, you're here on a charge of misdemeanor assault. It's a Class 1 misdemeanor. The court's found you to be indigent. The court in Goodyear will appoint counsel at your next court date. On this case, I'm going to release you on your own recognizance. You're not to have any contact at all with any alleged victim or witness. You're not to initiate contact with any arresting officers. You're not to possess any drugs without a valid prescription or drive without a valid driver's license. You're to continue to provide court proof for your local address. Your next court date will be an arraignment hearing on September the 24th at 1 p.m. in the Goodyear Municipal Court. Do you have any questions, sir?
No.
All right, so you can step back over there. Robert Maldonado. Sir, your name, please.
Robert Maldonado, November 19, 1977.
All right, sir, you're here on a municipal court new case charging you with disorderly conduct, Class 1 misdemeanor and disorderly conduct. Disorderly conduct, Class 1 misdemeanor, and criminal damage are Class 1 misdemeanor. At this point, I don't have enough information to determine your indigency. You may be entitled to an attorney, but that will be decided at your next court date. I'm going to release you on your own recognizance. You're not to have any contact with any alleged victim or witness. You're not to initiate contact with any of the arresting officers. You're not to possess any drugs without a valid prescription or drive without a valid driver's license. You're to continue to provide court proof for your local address. Your next court date will be a arraignment hearing on September the 29th at 9 a.m. in the Peoria Municipal Court. Do you have any questions, sir?
No, sir.
All right, the officer hands you the paper.
Thank you.
Do we have an interpreter?
Yes. Are you ready for that one? We'll put the late address, the next one. You'll have to refresh it.
Oh, refresh, okay.
Yeah.
Hold on. There it is. Okay. Kyle Begay. Sir, your name, please.
Kyle Begay,
And your date of birth.
2/18/1995.
Sir, you're here on a probation violation out of the Navajo County Superior Court. The court, and when you go to your next court date in Navajo County, they'll appoint counsel for you. At this point, I can't appoint counsel. On this case, you have a secured appearance bond set in the amount of $2,000. If you post the bond, you're not to initiate contact with any arresting officers, you're not to possess any weapons, you're not to possess any drugs without a valid prescription or drive without a valid driver's license. You're to continue to provide court proof of your local address, and you contact your probation officer within 72 hours of your release. Your next court date will be an arraignment hearing in the Navajo County Superior Court on September the 17th at 8:30. Do you have any questions, sir?
Yeah, I'm a little confused because I got reinstated for probation here, and I don't know why I gotta go back over there and get.
I don't know. They want you there. They have the right to request that, and I have really very limited discretion on that. County warrant.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Now.
All right, do we have an interpreter on the line?
Yes, Your Honor, I'm here.
Okay. Ramon Gallazo? All right, and you can start interpreting the next thing that I say. Sir, please state your name.
Señor, por favor, indíqueme cuál es su nombre.
Ramón Casados Galloso.
Ramón Galloso.
And what is your date of birth?
¿Cuál es su fecha de nacimiento?
El 7 de julio de 1992.
July 7th, 1992.
Sir, you've been charged with criminal trespassing, a Class 6 felony.
I'm sorry, this is the Spanish interpreter. Can you repeat that, Your Honor, please?
Yes, you've been charged with criminal trespassing, a Class 6 felony.
Okay, sí, usted ha sido acusado de de allanamiento criminal, y eso es un delito grave grado 6.
I have appointed the public defender to represent you.
He llamado ya a un representante público para que pueda venir a defenderlo.
And I have found probable cause as to that case.
Y también tengo las causas probables para seguir con el caso.
You are going to be released on your own recognizance.
Usted va a ser liberado bajo su propio reconocimiento.
You are not to return to any alleged crime.
No puede regresar a el área donde sucedió el crimen.
You're not to possess any illegal drugs.
No puede poseer ningún tipo de droga ilegal.
You must continue to provide court with proof of your local address.
Y tiene que seguir proporcionando información acerca de su dirección local.
Okay.
Your next court date will be a status conference on September the 24th at 8:30.
Sí, la siguiente cita sería en la corte sería para el día 24 de septiembre a las 8:30.
There's also a possible preliminary hearing on September the 26th.
Hay posibilidades también de que se mueva la audiencia para el día septiembre 26.
But the date you need to worry about is September the 24th.
Pero la fecha que usted debe presentarse es el día 24 de septiembre.
Do you have any questions, sir?
¿Tiene alguna pregunta?
No, es todo. Muchas gracias.
All right, thank you. We have one other interpreter matter. Jorge Rivas. Sir, please state your name.
Español, por favor.
Señor, por favor, indícate. Señor, ¿me puede indicar su nombre, por favor?
Jorge Mauricio Rivas.
Jorge Mauricio Rivas.
Is your date of birth February the 16th of 1997?
Su fecha de nacimiento es 16 de febrero de 1997.
Correcto.
Correct.
You've been charged with criminal damage, a Class 5 felony.
Sí, Usted fue acusado de daño ilegal y esto es un delito grave clase 5.
I have appointed the public defender to represent you.
Ya llamé a un representante público, un defensor público, para que pueda representarlo.
There's a secured appearance bond set of $100.
Sí, hay una, esto es una fianza, ¿sí? Para asegurarse de que se presente, de $100.
If you post the bond, you're not to initiate any contact with the arresting officers.
Si usted paga la fianza, no puede tener contacto con ninguno de los oficiales que hicieron el arresto.
You're not to possess any illegal drugs.
Tampoco puede tener posesión de ninguna droga ilegal.
You're to continue to provide court or proof of your local address.
Y también tiene que proporcionar prueba de la dirección en donde usted reside.
Your next court date will be a status conference on September the 15th at 8:30.
Sí, la siguiente fecha de corte sería la audiencia sería para el día 15 de septiembre a las 8:30.
With a possible preliminary hearing on September the 18th.
Con una posible audiencia preliminar para el día 18.
Do you have any questions, sir?
¿Tiene alguna pregunta?
Oh, sí. Mi familia le pidieron $5,000 de fianza para que me dejen libre. Ya está pagado. ¿Qué prosigue?
Yeah, my family, they were asked for $5,000 of bond to let me go, to release me, and that's already paid. What will happen with that?
Well, if you paid the $100 on this case and you have no other holds, then you would be released.
Okay, si usted ya paga los $100 de este caso y no tiene ningún otro inconveniente, puede liberarlo.
¿Cuánto es? ¿$100?
So how much is it? $100?
On this case, it is $100, yes.
Sí, para este caso sí son $100.
Okay. En cuanto lo pague los $100, puedo salir.
So once I pay the $100, I'm free to go.
As long as you paid your bond in your other cases, then yes, unless there's some other holds that I'm unaware of.
Okay, sí, a menos que haya algún otro caso que necesite pagar fianza, sí, yo sepa no tiene ningún otro, entonces, pero si hay algún otro tiene que pagar la fianza de esos otros también.
All right, thank you, sir. If you could step back over there.
Gracias.
All right, thank you for interpreting for us, sir. I appreciate it.
It was my pleasure, Your Honor, and thank you for calling Lion Bridge for your language.
Thank you, sir. What's the language on the next one? What's the language on the next one? Arabic.
They should be.
All right, do we have an Arabic interpreter on the line?
Yes, sir.
All right, Hussein Al-Yawa. All right, now you can start interpreting for us, sir. Please tell me your name.
Yes, sir. The interpreter name?
No, I'm asking you to interpret what I just said. Please have the gentleman say his name.
Okay, thank you. مرحبا معكم مترجم اللغة العربية. اسمك رجاء؟
حسين عبد الستار اليحيى.
حسين عبد الستار اليحيى.
إيه نعم.
حسين عبد الستار اليحيى.
Is your date of birth January 1st of 2004?
تاريخ ميلادك يوم 1 شهر 1 2004.
2004 1/1.
January 1st 2004.
You've been charged with disorderly conduct, a class 1 misdemeanor.
أنت متهم بجنحة من التصنيف الأول.
Counsel will be appointed for you at your next court date.
الاستشارة ممكن يعني يعينوها لك في الموعد القادم.
You are going to be released on your own recognizance.
راح يطلقون سراحك على بناء على يعني ثقتنا بك.
You are not to possess any illegal drugs.
أنت ما في معك أي أدوية يعني مخدرات أو أشياء من هذا القبيل.
لا أحكي له ما بيتعاطى ولا بيسكر. فيش عنده الشغلات هاي الحمد لله.
No, I don't do drugs. I don't drink. Nothing.
Good. You are to continue to provide court proof of your local address.
جيد. تستمر بتعريفنا بعنوانك عندما تكون خارج.
احكي له إن شاء الله اليوم بيطلع هنا.
ما سمعتك؟
احكي له إن شاء الله اليوم يعني بيطلع.
So he will be released today.
Later today, unless there's some other holds that I'm not aware of.
يعني اليوم بس ممكن متأخر إلا إذا صار في أي عوائق ما خارج الحسبان.
Your next court date will be an arraignment hearing on September the 29th.
جلسة الاستماع القادمة هتكون يوم 29 شهر 9.
يعني كم يوم كمان أنا مثلا عشان أعرف أنا بعرفش لأنه في الحكي.
So because I'm not so good in these things, like how many days from now, from today?
That is approximately 19 days from today.
يعني تقريبا بعد 19 يوم.
احكي له بنفس المحكمة هون.
Here in the same place, same court?
No, it's in the Peoria Municipal Court. The address will be on the paperwork that the officer will give you.
لا في محكمة المحلية في بيوريا راح يكون العنوان موجود في الأوراق.
خلاص يعني تحطوا لي العنوان فيها ما في مشكلة.
Okay, if you will supply me with the address, no problem.
All right. Thank you, sir. You can step back over there. Thank you for interpreting for us, sir. I appreciate it.
شكرا خلصنا تقدر ترجع. My pleasure. Thank you for using our services. Have a good night. Goodbye. مع السلامة.
Good. All right. We have two house calls. Miss McLaren, the court's inclination is a bond of $500. Ms. Bailey, the court's inclination is OR release. If the court changes its inclination after seeing the two ladies at the house call, I will come back on the record and make whatever corrections are necessary. At this point, that concludes the 11 p.m. calendar. We're off the record.